All right. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I'm going to jump straight into it for everyone who's tired of me driving around. This is a break from it. I'm parked today, so I'm going to drop a couple of videos so you see me wearing the same shirt. That's what it is. So why I make this content? I make this content because, as I talked about in one of the first videos that I had that really kind of blew up on this channel, is because nobody told us this, right? That is the reason I make I'm making this type of content. So, I've been getting, I like the engagement and stuff, but, some people have been like, oh, you don't want to get married. Why are you making this content? You're just trying to monetize whatever. Listen, everything's transactional. I'm upfront about everything that I say, that I do. But one thing you'll never see in this channel is interruptions. I don't like being interrupted, right? So I have a something at the front, an ad at the front, and an ad at the back. So, and I they give you the option to monetize in the middle. Do you want it? No, I don't want it broken up, right? I want you to be able to take it. So if I was really just all about the money, then I would have as many commercials as possible. And I don't watch that. If I start watching content and it's nothing but ads, I unsubscribe and I never watch that channel again. So that's the second reason, right? So there is a monetization to it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about that, but I make this content primarily because nobody told us this information, right? And I make it also because I don't want you all to make the same mistakes that I did. If anybody watches my content, you can go back. I've been upfront about how I grew up, the challenges that I had. Remember, this channel started me talking about my degree progression. Second was my overcoming feelings of low self-esteem, right? That's kind of where I started to pick up some more steam at. And once I started talking about relationships, it's going and growing even more. I still want to talk about, and still plan to talk about self-esteem issues, getting yourself together, self-improvement, on all that. I believe in that. So that's why I make this content, right? So it's about self-improvement. I'm answering questions, right, that are posed to me, right? I don't want people to make the same mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. One of the biggest ones I say in the relationship sphere is that I should have fought harder for my relationship. I should have fought harder for my marriage. I admit that. I'm not hiding anything. I have nothing to hide. I'm not one of those dudes who won't have, I got real life experience. This is a brother who's got real life experience. I really was a police officer for 24 years. I really was a manager, a supervisor on a command staff. I served in IA. I answered calls and kicked in doors and performed CPR on people who were dying and little small babies. I got real life experiences. And unfortunately, my experiences didn't translate to a lasting relationship. And so I want to talk about that because there was a lot of things that we get a lot of gain in life. But this relationship stuff is constantly evolving, constantly changing. And I want people to be ready for that. And I didn't get that. Man. The advice that I got as a kid is just do this, just do that, be nice. It don't work. I'm telling you, it don't work. And it's good. And one of the questions was, listen to somebody who's got, marriage experience. I've told married people this to their face. The advice that you're giving does not work today. People who listen to you will be divorced. People who listen to you will not ever get married. It is a completely different market. And being back out here, I'm seeing a new market, and that advice doesn't work. Listen to your parents who were married for 40 and 50 years. Congratulations to them. But they would not be married today. They would not be married today because of the environment, because of social media. So you have to be prepared to move in this environment. And that's why I want men to level up. Women have leveled up. This is what I'm telling the women. This is what I'm telling the men. Women have leveled up. They want educated dudes. They want this, they want that, they want the other. So you got to come in that. You can't just go down and work at a factory all day and get a factory job and just support your family. You can't do it. So all due respect to all the people, and I know some of them who have been married for 30, 40, 50 years and just working, that your advice is as well-meaning as it is irrelevant for 2024 and beyond. It really is. And probably since 2020, maybe even 2020, 2015 or so. I'm just really when the dating apps kicked off, that's when the advice about getting married and staying married and the divorce laws and all that, that's when it all changed. So why do I make this content and why should you listen to me? Because number one, I got real life experience. I'm trying to help you not to make the same mistakes that I made. I'm trying to help you plan for the future and recognize what's going on in the future. Um, and that's it. So, and the last component, yeah, okay, there's a monetization piece. Otherwise, I wouldn't monetize. I mean, listen, I'm upfront about that, but I'm not killing you. I'm not killing you. If anybody wants to support, buy me a sandwich, buy me lunch, whatever, I would appreciate it. But listen, I mean, I have a pension. I work at a couple different universities, so I'm not starving. This brother's not starving. So, any help that you would give would be appreciated. I'm going to start another channel soon once I start traveling overseas and stuff, talking about my journeys. I hope this guy isn't coming to talk to me. Traveling overseas. So yeah. So I mean, listen, this is a way to get the word out and get the education out. So I'm proud about that. I make this content, and the last reason I make this content is because I believe in leaving legacy. And some of the things, I talk to my kids. I have kids, but who knows when and if I have grandkids. And I want them to see that there was a positive black man, that I was a positive black man. All the plaques that I have in my house, all my degrees and all that, I want to leave a legacy for my kids and for my grandkids. So that's why I make this content. So next time that somebody says, why is this guy doing this, that, and the other, I'm just going to tell them to watch this video. so listen, you can listen to me or not. I mean, you want to listen to somebody else who they don't know what they're talking about. They don't. So there was a guy. I mean, we played this. This is going to be a short video, but we played on a live that we just did recently. Played a video about some pastors who are clowning the passport bros, and there was a Ph.D. coincidentally happened to be white. Well, actually, he's a doctor of psychology. That's not the same as a Ph.D., but whatever. He's educated dude, psychologist, and he said they all get this ick feeling about guys who do the passport bros things, and then after a while when they recognize what it is and the current dating environment, they say they're all saying that there's a difference, and you got to move accordingly. And the psychologist said, "Listen, I get it, and so a lot more people are getting it. A lot more people who travel overseas get it. I mean, it's a different environment and all that. So I plan to travel. For to see the world. Number one. Number two, for food, right? I want to get away from all the garbage they put in American food. I plan to move overseas. So I'm upfront about everything that I am. I have no reason to lie. And no reason to lie. So that's why I'm doing it, and that's the way that my life is moving. So if I can help you to navigate this terrain of relationships, situationships, marriages, and you want to look at a guy and say, okay, he's did it. What did he do right? What did he do wrong? Okay, and that's the way I'm rocking. And the second point is, listen, if you don't want to listen to me, you don't have to. This idea, he's got some ulterior motive and he's just trying to monetize it. All right, you can think whatever you want, but I just want to put this out there just to say, here's a video that you can watch and just see. And listen, I believe in being vetted. I believe that you shouldn't follow a lot of people. I think that a lot of people don't have any real world experience. I think that a lot of people out here on YouTube, these YouTube streets, are just faking and talking. And these guys are talking about don't marry single moms and all this kind of stuff. And meanwhile, they got baby mamas and all this kind of stuff, right? I think all that is going on. But anybody knows me, right? I am 100%. I really have a PhD. I really was a police officer. I really was married. When I got divorced, I really took custody of my kids and raised them. So it's up to you. Here's a guy who's upfront and honest. Do I want to get married? I would like to call somebody my wife. I would like to have a ceremony. I would like to have all the accoutrements of that. I would like to have that. But do I want the state involved? Do I think it's fair that I have to, if things don't work out, that you get to take me to the cleaners? No, I don't. So I'm sure I'll find somebody who's on my level, who's looking for the same thing. And it's I'm behind, I'm losing, I'm behind. Listen, I'm not behind anybody's 8 ball. I'm not behind anybody's 8 ball. I am in a good place mentally. I'm in a good place physically. I'm in a good place. I am in a good place. So I just want to make this video. I hope I didn't want to make it too long, but I just want to answer that and put this out there. So if somebody wants to watch this or questions my credentials or questions who I am or whatever, you can watch this video or point them to this video, or I'll point them to this video. And also, legacy is important to me. And so the words of encouragement that I give, remember, this started, my channel started off talking about my degree. Then I went to self-improvement, which I still believe in, self-improvement. And then ladies asking me about my opinions about guys and this and that. I'm going to give it. I'm going to give you 100% raw with no chaser. I'm going to give it. I'll try to put it nicely. I'll try to put it nicely, but there's an issue. There's an issue. And again, for the last time, the words that worked one time, the philosophy about marriage and all that did not work, and we have to change that. You have to adapt and adjust to the times, and too many people have not adapted and have not adjusted to the times, and that's the issue. That's a real problem. That's a real problem. So if you think you can enter into a marriage, into a relationship without having some certain discussions and thinking you can just look at your parents and grandparents and aunties who've been married for 10, 15, 20 years, a 10-year marriage, they probably get it. I would say 15 and up, because I was married for 18 years. 15, if you're married for 15 years and up, you don't know what's going on out. You think you do, you listen to your friends, but you don't know what is going on out here. So I'm a man who was married, is back out here, and I'm telling you, it's different, and the things that worked before didn't work again. There's no way that a guy of my, and I'm not an arrogant person, but there's no way a guy of my stature, of my socioeconomic stature, would be, I have my own house, educated, financially stable. And listen, I've had ladies want to get married. I've had, that I can count, 3 ladies that really wanted to, listen, let's get married. But I want to make sure I'm in a good headspace, and I don't want the government involved. If somebody can't understand that, then that's really on you. I mean, it's on you. You can look at anybody and know what happens in divorce court, and to pretend like you don't know and all this, we got to work through it. That's game. That's game. It's game, and it's cap. It's game, and it's cap, and you're being game. You're being talked into something that is not in your financial best interest. And I'm going to do something that's in my financial best interest. And as a 50-year-old man, I can't afford to have half my stuff taken. I can't afford that. Right? Can't afford that. So that's what it is. Much love and peace. If you got any questions or comments, hit me in the comment section. Hit me in the email. Much love and peace.